All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with students in Pariksha Pe Charcha in New Delhi this morning. Finance Minister Piyush Goyal asks public sector banks to step up lending to MSME, agriculture and housing sectors. Government enhances allowances for teachers and other staff in central universities and colleges. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani calls upon Taliban to enter into serious talks with the government. And in women's cricket, New Zealand lose early wickets against India in the second ODI at Mount Maunganui. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with a cross-section of students, teachers and parents in another edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha in New Delhi today. It is a unique interaction where students, teachers and parents and the Prime Minister will come together to discuss issues related to exams. In his Man Ki Baat program on All India Radio on Sunday, Mr. Modi had said that he will touch upon all facets of examinations, especially how to be stress-free.
इस परीक्षा पे चर्चा में परीक्षाओं से जुड़े सभी पहलू, विशेष रूप से स्ट्रेस फ्री एग्जाम यानी तनाव रहित परीक्षा के संबंध में अपने नौजवान मित्रों के साथ बहुत सारी बातें करूंगा। मैंने इसके लिए लोगों से इनपुट और आइडिया भेजने का आग्रह किया था और मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि MyGov पर बड़ी संख्या में लोग अपने विचार साझा कर रहे हैं। इनमें से कुछ विचारों और सुझावों को मैं निश्चित तौर पर टाउन हॉल प्रोग्राम के दौरान आपके सामने रखूंगा। आप जरूर इस कार्यक्रम का हिस्सा बने। सोशल मीडिया और नमो ऐप के माध्यम से आप इसका लाइव टेलीकास्ट भी देख सकते हैं।
Around 2,000 students as well as parents and teachers from all over the country will participate in the program, which will be held at the Tal Katora Stadium. Talking to AIR News, HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar said the students were selected by a committee through an online contest on MyGov portal. Mr. Javadekar said,
इस बार की विशेषता है कि छात्र, अध्यापक एवं अभिभावक तीनों से संवाद होगा और वो तीनों संवाद के लिए लोग जो चुने गए वो एक कंपटीशन अरेंज की थी। 1 लाख लोगों ने उस कंपटीशन में भाग लिया और उसमें जो पहले 2000 नंबर है वो 2000 लोगों को वहां बुलाया है ताल कटोरा स्टेडियम में। तो देश भर से लोग आएंगे। और दूसरी विशेषता है कि इस बार ये ग्लोबल इवेंट है। ये 9 देशों से ज्यादा देशों में ये कार्यक्रम प्रसारित होगा और एक साथ लोग देखेंगे।
For the first time, students from all over India and also Indian students residing abroad will be participating in the program. Last year, students from only Delhi NCR took part. This program will be broadcast live on All India Radio from 10:55 a.m. on the national hookup, including FM Rainbow and regional channels. It will also be telecast live on Doordarshan. Arrangements are being made for live telecast of the program in all government and CBSE schools and higher education institutions and colleges of the country and abroad. The Union HRD Ministry has issued orders on revision of allowances and special allowances for teachers and equivalent academic cadre, registrars, finance officers and controller of examinations in central universities and colleges. This also includes centrally funded deemed to be universities. The order has come into force with immediate effect. The revised special allowance per month for Vice-Chancellor will be 11,250 rupees. For Po, Vice-Chancellor, it will be 9,000 rupees. For a principal in PG College, it will be 6,750 rupees. And for a principal in UG College, it will be 4,500 rupees per month. In a statement, the ministry said the move is likely to benefit 30,000 teaching and equivalent staff in central universities and 5,500 in deemed to be universities. Finance Minister Piyush Goyal has asked state-run banks to step up lending to micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, agriculture and housing sectors. Talking to reporters after his first meeting with the heads of the public sector banks in New Delhi yesterday, Mr. Goyal said during the meeting he assured the lenders of all kind of support in this regard. The minister also said the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code has helped public sector banks recover over 1 lakh crore rupees in the 3 quarters of the current fiscal. He said it would make them more profitable in days to come. Talking about the meeting, Mr. Goyal said,
discussed various measures to promote finance for housing and give a thrust to homeowners to get adequate financing. They have also discussed various ways in which the operations of the banks can become more efficient, customer-friendly, profitable, as well as ensure the stated goals of this government to reach financial inclusion of every Indian.
The BJP has said Congress President Rahul Gandhi's claim of ensuring minimum income guarantee if his party was voted to power is like hundreds of other announcements of the opposition party that are not meant to be implemented. Senior party leader Ravi Shankar Prasad said in New Delhi that people have seen this through the Congress party's games. Another party leader, Prakash Javadekar, said Congress did nothing to alleviate poverty during its rule. He said it is the NDA government which is working to alleviate the sufferings of the poor.
कांग्रेस ने गरीब हटाए, मोदी जी ने गरीबी हटाई, ये फर्क है। समाप्त करने की दिशा में मोदी सरकार की योजनाएं कारगर साबित हुई। सब बताते हैं कि भारत में तेजी से गरीबी कम हो रही है और दुनिया ने माना है। और 2022 तक इसी गति से अगर काम चले और होगा इससे भी ज्यादा गति से, तो 2022 में मात्र 3% रहेंगे और 2030 तक गरीबी रेखा के नीचे कोई नहीं होगा, ऐसा भाग्य देश को मिलेगा।
Earlier, addressing a Kisan Abhar Sammelan at Raipur, the Congress president had said if his party is voted to power, it will provide a guaranteed minimum income to the poor in all the states.
हिंदुस्तान के हर गरीब व्यक्ति को 2019 के बाद कांग्रेस पार्टी वाली सरकार गारंटी करके न्यूनतम आमदनी देने जा रही है। मतलब हिंदुस्तान में ना कोई भूखा रहेगा, ना कोई गरीब रहेगा।
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has said the Taliban should enter into serious talks with his government. In a national address, Mr. Ghani said Taliban must accept Afghans' demand for peace. He asserted that the victims of this war are Afghans and the peace process should be Afghan-led. The comments came following marathon negotiations between the Taliban and the US in Qatar last week. The US Presidential Office said US Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad assured Mr. Ghani that the focus of the talks was to find a way to facilitate peace negotiations between Taliban and Kabul. Acting US Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan said the talks were encouraging. A Pakistani delegation will undertake the inspection of Pakal Dul hydroelectric project in Jammu today. The delegation, led by Indus Commissioner Syed Muhammad Mehar Ali Shah, will be accompanied by a team headed by Indian Indus Commissioner Pradeep Kumar Saxena. The team will inspect Lower Kalnai, Ratal and Baglihar hydroelectric projects tomorrow before returning to New Delhi on Thursday. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Under the Indus Water Treaty 1960 between India and Pakistan, both the commissioners are mandated to inspect sites and works on both the sides of Indus Basin in a block of 5 years. Since signing of the treaty, a total of 118 such tours on both the sides have been undertaken by the Commission. Under the Indus Water Treaty, waters flowing in 3 rivers of Indus tributaries, the Satluj, the Bias and the Ravi, have been allotted to India, while the Chenab, Jhelum and Indus waters have been allotted to Pakistan. R.K. Rana, AR News, Jammu.
The Uttar Pradesh government will hold its cabinet meeting at Kumbh Mela city in Prayagraj today. Our correspondent reports that this will be the first meeting of the state cabinet outside capital Lucknow.
The ongoing Prayagraj Kumbh Mela is witnessing several political activities besides routine religious and spiritual events. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and members of his cabinet would be here today. State cabinet meeting will be held at 11 a.m. in which it is expected that government would discuss and approve some major policy decisions. Yesterday, Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan visited Sangam and former Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav had earlier come on Sunday. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, AIR News, Kumbh Mela City, Prayagraj.
Beating the Retreat ceremony marking the culmination of Republic Day celebrations will be held at the historic Vijay Chowk in New Delhi today. Our correspondent reports that this year, Indian tunes will be the flavor of the ceremony.
As many as 27 performances on the historic Vijay Chowk will enthrall the spectators with captivating and foot-tapping music of the bands from the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the State Police and the Central Armed Police Force. Out of the 27 performances, 19 tunes have been composed by Indian musicians. This year, 15 military bands, 15 pipes and drums bands from regimental centers and battalions are participating. The event will come to a close with ever-popular tune of Sare Jahan Se Acha. Unpermished, AR News, Delhi.
In women's cricket, New Zealand were 96 for 5 in 29 overs against India in the second ODI of the three-match series at Mount Maunganui when reports last came in. India had won the toss and opted to bowl. Ekta Bisht has bagged 2 wickets while Jhulan Goswami, Shikha Pandey and Poonam Yadav have taken 1 each. A win today will seal the series for India and would be a fitting revenge as the women in blue had lost the home leg of the ICC Women's Championship Series 1-2 to New Zealand. India had won the opening game by 9 wickets. Virat Kohli and company defeated the Kiwis by 7 wickets in the third ODI at Mount Maunganui yesterday to take an unassailable 3-0 lead in the 5-match series. Kohli has been rested for the last 2 games and the following 2020 series. Rohit Sharma will lead the side in his absence. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Abhishek Kumar.
Thank you, Anuja. Almost all the dailies have covered the news of conviction of the chief of the National Democratic Front of Bodoland, Ranjan Daimari. Bodo outfits leader, 14 others convicted in Assam blast case, reports The Hindu. On the coalition government, close to implosion in Karnataka and facing its biggest test ahead of the Lok Sabha elections, The Asian Age writes, Karnataka CM warns Congress, control MLAs or I will quit. Polls coming, Sena signals it is ready to deal with BJP. With a personal bond with Modi, writes the Indian Express. Rahul vows minimum income for poor is a headline in the Tribune. Quoting the Congress president, it adds, no government in the world has done this till now. Superbug first identified in Delhi surface in Arctic. Headlines the Hindustan Times, triggering concerns about the speed with which superbugs can spread across the world. Government may infuse 54,000 crore rupees in February into the capital staff public sector banks, reports the Financial Express. Apple's main assemblers are shifting more output to India and Southeast Asia as trade tensions threaten to escalate costs in their long-standing production base of China, has been reported under the headline, Apple's partners quicken shift from China to India, Vietnam, in the same newspaper. The Times of India writes, IITs may roll out 5% EWS quota in 2019-20. 2020, 12 boards may see practicals in humanities is another front page headlines in the Times of India. Supreme Court to decide if Sanskrit shlokas in schools is religious imposition, writes the DNA on a petition filed in the Supreme Court. And finally, a headline in the Pioneer writes about India on its way to double its tiger population despite several constraints. War of the springing tiger. Big cat's number may double by 2020. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Abhishek. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with students in Pariksha Pe Charcha in New Delhi this morning. Finance Minister Piyush Goyal asks public sector banks to step up lending to MSME, agriculture and housing sectors. Government enhances allowances for teachers and other staff in central universities and colleges. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani calls upon Taliban to enter into serious talks with the government. And in women's cricket, New Zealand lose early wickets against India in the second ODI at Mount Maunganui. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.